Okay.
Welcome, Michelle. Well, or I should say, you've invited me, haven't you?
I have.
And I'm here asking you questions about being a part-time financial director.
Yes.
Yes? So let's get started. Now, first of all, most companies have financial director. Well, big companies have permanent financial directors.
Yeah.
But when you're growing and you're a bit smaller, you still definitely need those services, but you can't perhaps afford a full-time one. So as a part-time financial director, what does that actually mean? What do you bring to the company?
Okay. So a part-time finance director basically is generally a qualified accountant who has worked in industry for a long time. Obviously not too long in my case because I'm very young. Um, but yes, so it would generally be somebody that's held a finance director post in a large corporate, who now works with smaller businesses, enabling them to have those skills that they've learned during that time with those larger businesses, but at a much reduced cost.
Okay, now I know that you have fantastic credibility and track record because you have worked with big companies, you've helped turn them around,
Yeah.
and you've done that for a number of years, even though you're of a young age still, and you've decided to actually step out of that world and help different companies individually. What did you learn mainly then when you were with these big companies that you're taking into these smaller companies?
Okay. Um, Mainly, it was how to manage change, because I had 60 people working for me. Um, the company turned over £70 million, and sadly, that £70 million wasn't very profitable.
Mm.
So I had to learn how to turn the profitability around. Just before I left, I'd managed a £14 million turnaround program, which basically involves doing sad things like redundancy packages, that kind of thing. But when things are quite tumultuous, shall we say, in business, it takes an awful lot of man management skills, systems and processes, making sure that people are kept informed, understanding the impact that actions have on the numbers. So mainly it's really a case of sort of trying to tie together what's happening in the business with what's happening in the financials, and keeping people and the company on track.
And probably accountable.
Yes, accountable, definitely. So you've got to make sure that people are doing the right things at the right time. It's a huge sort of project management exercise, really.
Now, a lot of smaller companies definitely need this, albeit perhaps on a smaller base, especially when they're growing,
Yeah.
but cannot afford it in terms of having somebody there full time. So, specifically, why would a business need your services then?
They generally need my services when they've grown to a level that they're happy with,
Mm,
um, and they've managed to get as far as they are. But
mm,
sort of 4 to 5 years in to running a business, it gets to a size where they realise that in order to get to the next level, they perhaps need better support,
mm.
and they need
More
somebody,
regular support.
yeah, more regular support, and somebody really that's sort of been there, done that kind of thing, that they've worked in a larger organisation and they understand the kind of challenges that they're going to be facing, um, and that someone can sort of help them reach their next level of potential.
Mm.
They can bring a bit more structure, more planning, more accountability, and more focus.
Yeah, because when you're on the outside looking in, I think it's far easier, isn't it, to bring a different dimension than when you're stuck in it looking at it every day.
It definitely is, yeah. When you're in the day to day, you're firefighting, you're doing the
Mm,
things that you do all the time, um, and it can be really hard to make that time to check that what you're doing is actually helping you achieve your goals. So to have somebody that comes in either once a week, once a month, once a quarter, who can say, right, this is what we plan to do, how are we getting on with it, and if we're not getting on with it, what do we need to do to make it happen? It's really, really helpful. That's what clients tell me.
Definitely. So where do you differ from an accountant? Just having an accountant.
Okay. Well, accountants are a necessary resource, in my opinion. They're really helpful. They're very good at helping you with tax planning and doing your bookkeeping, that kind of thing, making sure that you stay compliant. But most accountants have got masses of clients, so they haven't really got the time to dedicate to one particular company. The way that an FD is different is that they tend to get a lot more involved in the business. So they'll work a lot more closely with people. They'll give the business owner a bit of a kick up the backside if they need one, and they can just generally sort of become part of the
team. Yeah. You just become a team player.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, just get a lot more involved, which is why, you know, some companies come to me and say that they're dissatisfied with their accountant. Well, generally it's because their expectations are a little misplaced. Accountants, as I say, they have loads of clients, and whilst they could come to see them once a quarter or even maybe once a month, they haven't necessarily got the time to dedicate to one particular client and cater for all their needs, whereas that's what an FD does. They just get stuck in.
Okay, when would a business be showing signs that they're ready for you to come in and help?
Generally, there are a number of reasons. There are a number of sort of indicators. One is that the business owner is working really, really hard, but feels that they're getting nowhere, or they even end up getting paid less than the staff that they employ. That's one indicator.
Yeah.
Another indicator is that cash flow isn't good. And that's generally because the business owner hasn't got the time to dedicate to making sure that it's properly managed. So that's the third reason. Second reason. The third reason could be that they're looking to expand, so they need somebody to help them prepare business plans, cash flow forecasts, liaise with the bank for extra funding, and someone that can sort of help that plan flow and keep it going. So 3 main reasons, really.
Okay, and what are the benefits, do you think, that your main benefits that you bring to any business?
Well, one is the commercial experience. I've worked in industry for, how long? 30 years, nearly. So it's a long time, so I've got a lot of...
You started very young.
I must have started when I was about 2.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just left school and started from there. So, so the benefits are, one, the commercial experience. I've been there, done that, got the T-shirt. So I know how hard it is to keep everything flowing.
Keep all those plates spinning.
Yeah, keep the plates spinning, yeah. The second thing is, you know, I was in charge of not only finance, but I was in charge of the commercial department as well. So I know what it's like to make sure that you get the right prices, the right kind of customers. You know, I worked in the direct mail industry for 11 years, and you learn an awful lot about marketing while you're in that sort of sphere. So that's something else that I can bring to clients. And understanding the big picture. I get it. I get the big picture whilst also being able to understand the detail, and I can relate, as I say, the actions that a company does to the result in their financial management accounts. So it's really commercial experience, and to be honest, I'm quite a plain talker. So if things aren't going the way that we planned, I haven't got any hesitation in raising difficult issues and tackling them, because problems are there to be solved. I like solving them and moving on.
Brilliant. So what's the next step? I'm a business and I really would like to find out more. I'm not sure, so I don't want to jump in with both feet. Will you come and speak to me for free, or what's next, really?
Yeah, I certainly will. The first consultation is always free, and that can be on site in Yorkshire, or it can be over a Skype call. And during that call, we just talk about the challenges that you're facing in business, to see if there is any scope for additional support. It's a no obligation chat, so I'll be willing to talk to people.
Brilliant. Okay, thank you very much. That's brilliant.
Right.
So, anybody interested, then come along. And I'm a bit biased because you're my accountant and part-time FD, and you're brilliant. So I'm going to just give you a big shout out
Oh,
for
thank you.
Michelle. So thanks, Michelle, for today, and yeah, good luck with it all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Gail. See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.